my brother called him, Alessandro, and the young brother as well. There's a misconception, mostly among our youth, that the struggle for reparations is about the past. We're focused on the past. Actually, the struggle for repair and reparations is about the current impact of the past. We have to address the current ills, the current injuries that exist, the wealth gap in America. They're focused on wealth gap, but our health profile in America, the health profile, and it's all around the country, all around the world, the health profile for Africans is dismal. On the continent of Africa, lifespan in some places is 40 years old. In Europe, it's 85, 90 years old. We're talking about current conditions. As my brother talked about, Guinea, right? That it's one of the richest, the entire continent of Africa. It's the wealthiest piece of land on the planet, but the people are the poorest today. So the repair we're talking about is not about the past. We acknowledge that the past actions have determined our current conditions, and they will determine our future unless we act upon them today. We have in America about 100, 200-year reparations struggle, gaining a lot of we're doing a lot in this area. As I stated earlier, the 3 largest cities in America have reparations commissions. The states of those cities have state commissions. Over 100 cities and municipalities in America are looking at this issue of reparations. Haven't gotten it at the federal level yet, but we're looking to do it. But what we know that for this struggle to have been going on so long, we have seen that what we were talking about 50 years ago that wasn't addressed, we're dealing with it today. What we were talking about 100 years ago that wasn't addressed, we're dealing with it today. And our children will deal with it tomorrow if it's not addressed today. So reparations, this struggle is not about the past, it's really about the future. What future do we want for our children? What future do we want for African people? I stated yesterday, we're in the midst, the global African world is in the midst of 2 revolutions right now. Across the planet, there are 2 revolutions going on. One is the reparations revolution, and the other one is the anti-exploitation. My brother raised up Triulzi. African people are determining that we're going to use our resources for our own development. We're no longer going to be exploited. And it's happening in the Sahel, but the spirit is traveling all around the world. So we have some things that are going on right now in the present that calls for our attention and our support and our action. The African world is not going to look like it looked the last 100, 400 years of being exploited constantly. $197 billion is plundered from the African continent on an annual basis. That's $1 trillion in 5 years. Our brother in Burkina Faso has showed us in 3 years what African people can do with African resources under our own control. And that 197 billion that's being raped from us, it ain't gonna be that amount for long. It's still gonna be a tremendous amount of funding because we have these still neo-colonialists in power, but we see an awakening on the continent, and where we won't have to, be worried about refugees and migrants and immigrants trying to get to a European country to have a better life. We can have a better life on the African continent, but it begins with us taking acknowledgement of these revolutions that are taking place and to commit ourselves to joining the boat. So I just wanted to state that.